Hello, everyone, and welcome to 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bello-Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Bello-Braddock. And today we have more entertainment coming to Magic Kingdom Park and more.
Yeah, characters, entertainment. This week's show is all about Disney coming back to life in many ways.
Yes, and I am so pumped to hear that ahead of our trip.
Just in time for our next adventure in March. So coming up pretty quickly now. Let's kick it off with more entertainment coming to Magic Kingdom Park. 50th anniversary.
You know we love more of that 50th celebration. I hope it's in full swing by the time we're there, so let's see what they're doing.
Wasn't quite the same without as many character options. We'll see how they actually work, but the good thing is, on February 11th, there's a new Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade.
Yes, and this has 30 Disney and Pixar characters. Yes, that's right, 30, including Nick and Judy from Zootopia, Baloo and King Louie from The Jungle Book,
José and Panchito from the Three Caballeros.
I've literally never heard of that before. And Merida, Moana, The Incredibles, and more.
Yeah, and it's also going to include
Miguel from Coco.
His debut in the park. So
that's shocking to me. His debut.
Well, you know, they put a lot of things on hold. And just to go back to Three Caballeros is Donald Duck and those two. And it's there's a little show in the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot, which I don't think you've ever seen because it's just not worth a line. Is that? It broke down a lot a couple of years ago, too. But for me, the biggest fun news here is the Festival of Fantasy. Yep, the parade is coming back. And just in time.
Yes, it will have 2 daily shows. I'm so glad that they're starting to bring parades back. This one originally debuted in 2014, and it's back as of March 9th.
And that is the exact day it debuted in 2014. So they're having a little fun.
Disney.
We arrive on March 12th, so the timing is perfect for us. Because I actually like that parade. I'm not a huge parade fan. Yeah. I like Disney parades, but I hate waiting in line.
Yeah, but we do like this one.
I do like Festival of Fantasy. So that's cool. And then there is a new show at Cinderella Castle on the Forecourt stage. That's sort of the stage out front.
Yes, Mickey's Magical Friendship Faire.
And it starts on February 25th.
So this show has been updated for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I guess it's not new. It's updated.
But yeah, more things are changing with 50th. And
That's
this
new.
Also includes Frozen, Tangled, and The Princess and the Frog, plus a new opening and a new finale with Mickey Mouse and the gang with some EARidescent design.
Oh, yes. We have to work EARidescent into everything these days.
I will be buying EARidescent ears.
Well, it's going to be on multiple times a day, so that's good. Everyone will get a chance to see it. I don't mind those stage shows if I'm walking by. They're usually pretty good. But again, big crowd in the hub. I'm not a crowd fan anyway, and especially with any COVID in the air, I'm even less of a crowd fan.
But Fantasmic might return later this year, so that I'm excited for.
Yes, Fantasmic and
Finding
Nemo. Oh, and also, I just noticed on the Magical Friendship Faire show, there's a new original song.
Yes, Where Magic Feels Like Home.
Yeah, so I know that'll be stuck in everybody's heads coming soon.
It's got a lot to live up to. Happily Ever After was a bop.
But in the news, it's not all about parades and shows. Character sightings. Notice how they're saying it. So
yeah. What does this mean, Disney?
Well, it is. Let's talk about them. And they will be added to Disney Genie Plus. So you will now be able to have these as selections for Lightning Lane entry when you have Disney Genie Plus. So who's coming back?
Well, you can see Cinderella and a visiting princess at Princess Fairy Tale Hall. This is in Magic Kingdom. And you can also see Princess Tiana and a visiting princess. So
the way they do Princess Fairy Tale Hall, if you haven't been there, is there's 2 entrances and each one has 2 princesses. So what they're saying is Cinderella's going to anchor one and Tiana will anchor the other one. And then there'll be one other mystery princess. And we've seen quite a few in there.
Yeah.
Rapunzel.
I've seen Rapunzel.
Aurora.
I think even recently I've started to see Anna and Elsa.
Yes, Anna and Elsa.
Make some appearances. I think I've seen Ariel.
Could be anyone.
Pop in, Snow White. So, yeah.
So I've seen Snow White there for sure. So, but here's what they're saying: sightings. So I guess you can go in and maybe not get as close to them as you used to, but there is quite a bit of room in those. So you could stand, 6 or 10 feet in front of them and get photos.
Like it says you can see Mickey at Town Square Theater.
Yeah, so Mickey also at Town Square Theater at Magic Kingdom down by the opening, where he always was. So, and usually Tinkerbell is in the other theater there, so we'll see if they bring her back.
And Olaf at Celebrity Spotlight in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, so it's good to see more character things coming back. I really like that. Character sightings, whatever they are.
That was a lot of what was missing, I feel like when we went before.
We have purchased Lightning Lane, so
Yes.
I like it. I like the Disney Genie. We'll give it a whirl again and see how it goes. But it's not just Walt Disney World where characters are coming back. Disney Cruise Line's getting into the action.
Yes. Pixar Day at Sea. Select Disney Fantasy Sailings in 2023.
Yeah, so
coming up sooner than you think.
I think there's some this year too, but they have announced that there's going to be an all-new Pixar Day at Sea.
Yes.
They got to make it sound interesting. What does it involve?
Well, it involves life Pixar tales from Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and more. So I'm thinking more of their classic movies, which everyone knows and loves. And it has the day-long celebration, features a one-of-a-kind experiences on select 7-night voyages.
Yep. And they also have a little film festival for Pixar. And, shocker, exclusive merchandise.
You can buy things?
You can buy things.
I never
What
expected
would a
this Disney.
be without buying things? And not only that, they're going to have character encounters on the ship. So that's good, too. So not just in the parks, if you're taking a Disney cruise, you will be able to meet some of your Pixar pals.
Is this a real-life Disney commercial?
Well, this is what's new. So we're sharing the news. It is sort of a real... Do I sound like a Disney commercial?
No, like the commercials with all the characters just everywhere.
Yes, a little sidebar. If you've seen the Disney 50th anniversary commercials on TV.
And the ones before that, honestly.
All the ones from the last couple of years. And if you've never been there... No, there are not, stormtroopers in your bedroom or everybody walking around everywhere. It used to be like that, not in your bedroom, but it used to be much more accessible in the 70s.
I mean, unless you're in the new Star Wars hotel.
Yeah, but they sure make it look like it's a lot more character interactive than it actually is. But hey, who's complaining? Anyway, on the ship you can see Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Bo Peep, and Mike, Sully, and Boo from Monsters, Inc.
Yes,
so
Joy and Sadness, and Doug and Russell. Everyone's favorite supers, Mr. Incredible,
that's cool.
Elastigirl, and Frozone from The Incredibles.
I like that. And there's going to be more entertainment, a new nighttime show, a big theater performance. Ooh, this will bring to life an interesting story.
Yes.
Miguel and his family from Coco. So it's a new show. So, Disney Cruise Line does do a job of new shows. So that's pretty good. And then...
Coco finally getting the recognition.
Yes, Coco's been overshadowed, probably even more so by Encanto now.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Poor Coco.
Coco is Pixar about the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Coco never took off.
It's very different.
I mean, it was popular, but not as popular as Encanto seems to be right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, and of course, character-filled dining, so... Lots of, I like this. There's a Pixar-themed dinner, and it will have dinner-inspired, dishes inspired by the Pixar Animation Studios California locale. So that'll be sort of good. Anyway, we're not big Disney cruisers, but if you are, check out Pixar Day at Sea.
Yeah, I would be inclined to do this.
And Amelia's favorite topic we have talked a lot about. A little bit more news about this has been released.
Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival.
Yes. Are you ready for spring?
No.
No?
I love winter. It's the best season.
Yeah, we just went snowboarding again this week, so winter's good, but it's good to see spring on the horizon for our next vacation.
Oh, well.
Again, just to remind you, we've talked a lot about this in the past, so listen to past episodes. We shared the news about who's playing Garden Rocks, and the festival will run. It's a long one, 125 days from March 4th to July 4th.
So Epcot just always has a festival?
It's Festival Cot. Like Festivus, Festicot. Anyway, right now they're working on the Disney character topiaries, and they're on the Bridge to World showcase. There's going to be a new fragrant garden.
A classic staple.
The butterfly garden area that Amelia loves. I like that they're creating new topiaries. This is what they said in their release. New topiaries of the Seven Dwarfs and Snow White. So they have had the same ones for years. Does this mean they're going to be different?
Who knows?
We'll see.
Listen, I like the butterfly garden. I just like to do it my own way.
All right. This year, remind me, and you show me what your way is.
Yes, quick and 2 minutes.
I like it in there. I don't like spending hours, but you can get pretty cool photos of butterflies on plants, which always look very artsy. With a good phone, anyone can look like a pro photographer in the butterfly room.
Well, that's very true.
And there's lots of other good stuff happening in there. Bambi's butterfly, kaleidoscope of butterflies, as we're talking about, the garden rocks, outdoor kitchens, all sorts of good stuff. So that's coming up soon.
Yes.
Now, we have a special note. This is important, and I don't want to make it sound like a public service announcement, but Disney has gone out of their way to announce that anyone planning an Aulani vacation, please pay attention to Hawaii's travel requirement updates.
They are ever changing, and you should probably stay on top of those.
Yeah, I mean, same for anyone flying internationally anywhere,
Yeah.
stay on top of it, but you don't want to be flying to Hawaii for a vacation and then have to quarantine. So anyone planning to use vaccine status to get an exemption in the state of Hawaii from the mandatory quarantine, you may be required to be up to date on all your booster shots. So if you are someone, for example, at my age group here where we live, we have had boosters. Amelia's age group has not. So we would both be okay because we've got all the shots we possibly can. But if your age group was allowed to have a booster and you didn't get it, you may not qualify for their exemptions. So really be sure before you go to check into this stuff. I'm going to put links in the show notes and on the blog post at 1923mainstreet.com
Yes.
so you can be sure your vacation is not looking out your hotel room window at Aulani.
Although that would still be a pretty nice
Oh,
view.
no, that'd be pretty frustrating. Or any
Yeah.
other part of Hawaii for that.
That's fair.
And another COVID-related story. And
More COVID.
But this is a good one. I wish they would do this at Walt Disney World.
Yes. So there is a new post-cruise COVID-19 testing center for guests returning home and a new testing site in New Orleans.
Yeah, so if you're coming off a Disney cruise ship and you are someone like us who does need to get a COVID test done to board your airplane and have it be negative,
Yeah.
otherwise they'll put you up in the Fort Wilderness cabins, which I
Which-
wouldn't mind either.
Yeah, I was going to say,
But
not the
anyway,
worst way to
yeah.
quarantine.
So at Disney Cruise Line, if you have to get a test, they will be running tests for you by Inspired Diagnostics is the company, and it'll be right there on site. So you have to know what type of test you need and all that sort of stuff because there's different type of tests. So check with your airlines or border guards, whoever it is, but they're going to do it pretty quick, 45 minutes to 2 hours, you'll have your results. And they're also running one in New Orleans. Or Nolans. I'm not from there, but
Please stop.
I like the way they say it. Anyway, that's pretty cool. So I wish they had that at Disney World, like I say, because we're playing the Hunger Games of hunting down where to get our test to get home. All right. More things coming to Disney Cruise Line. It's not just Pixar.
Marvel Day at Sea. This I'm even more pumped about.
So what's involved in Marvel Day at Sea? Again, this is for the 2023 cruising season. So they're telling you this now because if you want to book ahead, it's good to know that there's the Pixar Day and now the Marvel Day.
Yes, with apparently the biggest group of Marvel superheroes and villains that will be on the ship for epic voyages, as they put it, from Miami on the Disney Dream.
Disney Dream. So yeah, it's a day-long, I guess during the cruise, it's a day-long event as Marvel's sort of Marvel Day.
Yes.
So you get to meet superheroes, entertainment, sort of like Pixar Day, I'm imagining, but with Marvel people.
Yes, beginning January 7th, 2023, Marvel Day at Sea will take place on 9 5-night Caribbean cruises sailing out of Miami. Do I want to be on one of them? Maybe.
That's funny. You said Caribbean. Is that how you say it? You say Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, I say Pirates of the Caribbean, but when I'm actually talking about the Caribbean, I say Caribbean.
Interesting. I say Caribbean all the time. Yeah.
I say Caribbean at Disney and only at Disney.
So we will put, you don't have to write this down. We're going to put all the dates again in our show notes, and we put a blog post for every episode at 1923mainstreet.com. So check that out to get links to where to get more information and see all the dates for these cruises and all the events and really anything we talk about on this show.
Yes.
We save you the trouble of having to memorize it. All right, that's all the news for this week. Next week,
More food.
more food. And more Valentines, not more, but Valentines from Disneyland. Disneyland's got a big foodie guide for Valentine's Day and lots of cool stuff in downtown Disney as well for Valentine's Day. So we'll be talking about that and more Disney travel news next week on the show at 1923 Main Street. We thank you for joining us. As always, you are now caught up on all of the very latest Disney travel news, episode by episode. So listen to the show every week and you'll never miss a news story. All right, thanks everyone. Follow along at 1923 Main Street, and in the meantime, have a magical day.
Bye-bye.